Kind of like a childhood dream come true here.
Hell yeah, man, let's get this pirate hunt started. It just said murder.
To get kicked out of the group of the lowest of the low, you have to be pretty relentless, nasty person.
Do you want to...
What? These Harpe Brothers would become known as America's first serial killers. Whoa, dude. Is there someone buried right here?
Don't come in.
Oh, wow. That was one of the creepiest disembodied voices I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Harpe.
Wow, look at the view up here.
Yeah, this is a tad bit crazy.
Dave, we are in Cave-in Rock, Illinois, in the southern part of the state, right along the Ohio River. From here, we can see the state of Kentucky. And it is well known that just after the formation of the United States of America, after the Revolutionary War, this river was rampant with river pirates. One of them we actually both have a connection to because he fought during the Revolutionary War as a captain at Fort Henry in Wheeling, West Virginia, the city where we lived for 2 years.
Yes, he did.
And the city where I was born. His name was Samuel Mason, and right below our feet right now is a cave that he used as one of the most infamous hideouts in his time as a river pirate.
After his time at Fort Henry, Mason was elected Justice of the Peace and was even selected as an associate judge in Pennsylvania, where he served until 1784, when he finally moved to Kentucky after some of his neighbors accused him of being a thief. But they had no idea what kind of monster Samuel Mason would become. By 1802, his crimes were so vicious and widespread that the governor of Mississippi offered a $2,000 reward for his capture. And when Mason was arrested in the Spanish Louisiana Territory in January of 1803 and accused of piracy, he claimed to be an innocent farmer who had been maligned by his enemies. But the contents of his baggage told a different story: $7,000 in stolen currency and 20 human scalps. This told the Spanish that Samuel Mason was lying. Not only was he a pirate, but he was the leader of a gang of pirates, which would famously become known as the Mason Gang. And from 1797 to 1799, this cave was their hideout.
Very dangerous men.
But Samuel Mason had a strange connection, and in this cave, 2 men named Micajah and Wiley Harpe, they came to join his gang. He didn't realize it at the time, but in history, these Harpe Brothers would become known as America's first serial killers.
Micajah and Wiley Harpe and their 3 wives came to the cave to hide out and join the Mason Gang. They were better known as the Harpe Brothers, although history debates whether they were actually indeed brothers, or if they were cousins. In 1798 and 1799, it's estimated they took the lives of anywhere from 38 to 50 victims. They allegedly declared war on humanity, and anyone who crossed their path was a target, even their own infant children. In April 1799, with a $300 bounty on each of their heads and a trail of bodies in their wake, Micajah and Wiley brought their brutality to Cave-in Rock.
Dave, right here, this little area, this bluff that overlooks the Ohio River, this is where the story of the Harpe Brothers at Cave-in Rock becomes infamous. If you think to get kicked out of a gang of river pirates that already rob, murder, assault, attack people, the act that you have to commit has to be pretty gruesome.
To get kicked out of the group of the lowest of the low, you have to be pretty relentless, nasty person.
And from what we understand, right here on this spot, this is right below us is the cave. they would capture people from the flatboats that they were robbing, and they would bring them up here on top of this bluff as the rest of the gang was pillaging their ship. They would strip them naked, they would beat them, and they would force them to walk naked off of this cliff, falling down directly in front of the cave and into the water or onto the hard rocks below. The act that made the gang turn against the Harpe brothers was they actually tied a man naked to a horse, blindfolded both the man and the horse, and drove the horse with the man on it over this cliff.
From what I heard, they led the horse right up here and they spooked the horse and over the edge it went.
Samuel Mason himself, the leader of this gang, came out of the cave and said, "That's it, you're done."
The truth is, between the Harpe brothers' murderous wrath and the Mason gang's deadly piracy, no one knows how many people lost their lives at this cave in those 2 years. Some say Mason even turned the cave into a tavern, gambling den, and brothel, calling it Wilson's Liquor Vault and House for Entertainment, to lure in travelers and the crews of riverboats, then robbed them and killed them. Some have even speculated the idea that a buried treasure exists inside or near this cave, though none was ever found. But we're here today for our own kind of treasure, to see if all of the dark history has created a haunting here at Cave-In Rock.
One thing that we just read was that this cave is made entirely of limestone, and limestone is known to trap energy and hold energy. A lot of limestone buildings are known to be haunted by residual hauntings because they believe that that limestone holds that energy. This is a huge limestone rock with a cave in it. So who knows what could be trapped inside that stone.
This is a very secluded area down through here, so even now, I couldn't imagine back then. And basically they just had this whole tract of land here to do whatever kind of crimes they wanted.
Oh,
Wow. Holy crap.
here it is. Who knows what this cave saw, what this rock, what these rock walls saw in those years.
I'm sure they have withheld a lot of energy, I'm sure.
Yeah. You want to go inside?
Yeah, let's take a look inside.
Before we walk in here, I want to start rolling on the Ghost Tube, a program designed by our friends Amy and Jared from Amy's Crypt. It uses the magnetometer inside the device to pick up on fluctuations in magnetic fields, and there's a word database that it can then select words from. And we've had some interesting encounters in the past with relevant words coming through that we couldn't explain, so you died.
Died.
Yeah, you did die. This was pretty crazy. This opens up into a bigger cavern than I thought that it did.
My baby.
Dude, one of the stories of the Harpe brothers was when they were on the run and the babies were crying, that the Harpe brothers were known to have killed many of their own children.
Yeah.
We've never had that come through the Ghost Tube before. That is creepy.
Yeah. Apparently the Harpe brothers were very short-fused. Even their
Stalker.
kids. Huh.
We did stalk you here to this cave, if there's anyone here that can hear my voice. We came here because we heard the stories of the brutality, not just of the Mason gang, but the Harpe brothers. And we're going to be walking around here this afternoon with some lights and boxes and things that you probably don't recognize. But if you come through and try and talk to us and tell us your story, we'll listen. Crazy.
I can understand why they use this as like a hideout, because this is perfect.
It would be perfect to have a jump on any ships, and look behind you. It's the perfect view of the river.
Yeah.
You're not going to miss any flatboats going by using this as a hideout and a watch point. If you guys are ever in the area in southern Illinois, you have to check out Cave-In Rock. I'm excited to see what we get when we're here today.
Who'd have thought we would have been in southern Illinois looking for pirates, is all I'm going to say.
Right?
Here we are.
Turning the ISO up because it keeps getting darker and darker the further back in here that we go.
Yeah. It makes me wonder, you know. Hold on, let me get down here. I don't want to slide.
Yeah, don't fall down.
It makes me wonder the potential of how many bodies may be buried in here, you know.
That is true. I never thought of that.
So
It would be a good place to dispose of them. Dirt floor in the cave.
yeah.
You rob a flatboat, dispose of the crew. Perfect place to hide the bodies, too.
Oh yeah.
I'm coming.
Who are you? My name is Ryan, and this is Dave, and we're here to try and talk to you. We're here because of the history of this place, but if there's anyone that's left behind here that lost their life here, we also have tools that we can use to speak to you. So we decided to stop rolling there on the walkthrough because we had a family of 6 come in while we were running the ghost tube. We didn't want them to feel like they had to be on camera, and we wanted them to enjoy their visit here to this park, so we decided to cut right there. We're up here on top of where the cave is now. The cave is literally directly below our feet right now. And people have had paranormal experiences here. I know you said you've read a couple of things, Dave, right?
I have, yeah. People say that they have heard at the entrance of the cave that they can hear screaming or yelling coming from within the cave. Apparently, we have heard that the area here has a reputation for hauntings, so.
Yeah. One thing I think we need to focus on tonight is not just the Harpe Brothers to see if there's any paranormal activity related to them, but also the Mason gang, because this was their hideout. The Harpe Brothers were only here for a short period of time, and we know they had victims that they murdered here in this cave, but the Mason gang were not angels either. The illicit activity, the thievery, the piracy that went on in here could have trapped some energy behind, so we may run into someone from the Mason gang tonight.
Quite the reputation all around for all of these folks, but like you said, Samuel Mason and his group spent the majority of their time here, so
yeah,
that might be who we run into tonight.
And that history's 200 years old. So we'll see what happens. The sun is setting towards the horizon line. Let's grab the equipment, put batteries in it, and for a couple hours this evening, spend some time inside a cave-in rock to see if we can have some sort of a paranormal experience or capture paranormal evidence.
I'm excited for this, man. This is something completely different for us on our channel, to be able, like I said earlier, to be here in the southernmost point of Illinois looking for pirates. I mean, it's kind of like a childhood dream come true here.
Hell yeah, man. Let's get this pirate hunt started.
Let's do it.
All right, Dave. The waves are lapping here on the shores of the Ohio River. Right around the corner is the infamous Cave-In Rock. So historical, possibly even very haunted from what first-hand accounts have said. The sun has descended, it's almost completely dark, and we're gonna walk around the corner and see what's going on in Cave-In Rock.
Oh yeah. I'll say that the last few minutes that I've been sitting here, the energy in this area has shifted just a little bit, and it has become very creepy. So I'm interested to see, the closer we get to the entrance of the cave here where all of the action took place, if if the energy feeling gets a little more intense.
And as we walk around here, we can't forget that we have an action cam and an audio recorder rolling with the REM pod already in the cave that I set up just a minute ago. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if anything will come out and talk to us. Right along these shores, the Mason gang would have been waiting for boats, waiting to ambush. And to just imagine also standing here, the Harpe brothers forcing people to jump off of these rocks up here over top of our heads. It's just wild.
There's a lot of energy and sadness and grief and stuff with all of those actions, and I'm sure that it is imprinted here on this land.
Here we are, the entrance to the cave that's now known as Cave-In Rock. To start off, as we go in here, I'm gonna roll on the ghost tube Vox. It uses the magnetometer just like the original ghost tube, but this time it sweeps through the spirit box and decides which frequencies to sweep to using the magnetic fields. Watch your step going through here, okay?
Switching and
Hello?
they're
What'd it say?
There's something in, or came right in, or something like that.
Do you want
What? Are you okay? You keep looking back like, do you think someone's following us?
Well, I've got cold chills like really bad, and I thought I heard something behind me here, but I'm not 100% sure what it was. It kind of sounded like footsteps.
It sounded like it said, not to be dramatic, but it sounded like it said demon.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want
What?
Do you want
What? Is someone here from the Samuel Mason gang? We heard you boys used to hang out here. You used to use this as a hideout.
Yeah, he's one.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, it's one or something like that.
Samuel Mason, is he in here?
Mr. Mason, I was born in Wheeling, West Virginia. You fought there during the Revolutionary War at Fort Henry. Back then, it wasn't Wheeling, West Virginia, it was Wheeling, Virginia. If you're here, sir, can you touch that red light in the middle of the floor?
No.
If you don't want to, you don't have to, sir.
That was creepy, man.
Is there someone here that was a victim of the Harpe Brothers? We heard he used to make you jump off the cliff.
Yeah, he's one of the couple.
He's just complete.
I died.
I don't know. That was creepy. That many voices have not come through at once, different voices. And as soon as I asked if there was anyone here that was a victim of the Harpe Brothers, 3 different voices came through.
Yeah.
It could be coincidence, but we've had this running for a little while now. Like 15 minutes. That's creepy.
Are there bodies buried in here?
Yeah, he's one of the.
Yeah, he's something.
I heard that clearly.
Warning!
Warning?
Warning.
What are you warning
It's like
us?
every time you walk right over there.
Like right here?
Or in that area where the mill is.
Yeah. Is there someone buried right here?
Did you hear that?
Yes.
It sounded like a scream.
It was either a scream or a whistle, but it was very high pitched.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
What is your name? Can you please tell us your name? Did you hear that?
I'm gonna walk out there and see if there's anyone out there, okay?
Okay.
It sounds like a girl crying.
Yeah. All right, it's just me in here now. I'm still waiting on you to touch that red light right there, please. Even if it's just one time, can you try it just one time? It won't hurt you.
All right, I'm standing out here in front of the cave and there's nobody out here. It is a park, so I thought maybe someone may have come into the park. But there is nobody out here. I hear the ghost tube going off back in here, so let me head back in. There's a box in my hand right here that if you come up and talk to me, we'll be able to hear your voice. Can you say something to us? Samuel Mason, are you here with us? What'd you hear?
I heard a woman talking again.
What'd you hear? Does anyone here know anybody by the name of Harp or Harper?
Whoa.
Dude. Hold on. Hold up a second. That's the first time that REM pod has gone off. Hold on, I gotta figure.
That's crazy.
It wasn't me. We've been in here for now 45 minutes. That has not gone off the entire time we've been in here.
No.
So far, not a single voice through the S box.
There's your voice. What did it say? Go?
It sounded like it said go. Do you want us to leave?
If you want us to leave, can you set this red light off again, please? Samuel Mason, are you in here? Samuel Mason, are you in here?
Was this your hideout?
Did the Harpe Brothers get you killed?
What if one of us stays here in the cave and the other one goes to the top of the cliff where they used to make people walk off, and we see if having two people investigating at those 2 points causes some sort of a connection in the energy, and maybe more stuff will come through?
It's a possibility.
Dave's gonna stay here in the cave. I'm gonna go up where they used to where the Harpe brothers would have their victims jump from, and where they actually ran that horse and that man off of the cliff. I'm gonna go sit up there at the ledge and see if anything will come through to me up there.
And then I'm going to be down here right at the bottom of the cliff where the horse and all of the other victims would have fallen, right here on these rock faces.
Sinner.
Ghost Tube just said something.
I think it said Sarah. I'm going to go get that and bring it out here with me.
Okay.
All right, he is making his way around the corner.
I am heading up the path here. It is going to be quite interesting, and it is actually quite dark now. And it is quite creepy.
So I'm going to go back in here and get the ghost tube, because it is going off a lot. And I want to be able to hear it. So we'll leave that there.
And hopefully Dave doesn't get too creeped out down there alone in the cave.
Guys, it's very creepy in here. When you're in here by yourself, it's very creepy. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. That hurt like a mother.
How?
What did you just say to me? Oh, what'd you just say to me? I'm not going to be able to see what it said now, but I think it was laughing at me. Okay, well, that hurt.
I will say it is very dark out here in these trees, but I can just see well enough to know where I'm going to fall in. I will say that this is really cool right here. This is the top of the cave.
Okay, is there somebody?
Demon.
Demon. Guys, I just said demon. Or David. One of the two. Why would you say that?
Demon.
What?
Demon.
What?
Who are you? What is your name? Tell me your name.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah?
I'm at the fenced-in top part. Just wanted to say hi.
Oh, hi. Ryan was just talking to me through the hole that's at the top of the cave. So that means he's getting ready to
War.
Every time I turn around, it says something. War. It says war. Were you part of a war?
Whoa. Hello? If there's someone here that's been waiting for me to come up here, can you touch that again for me? That didn't go off at all when we were in the cave. But once again, I'm sitting right here, actually in between me and the camera, right where the mel meter is sitting, would have been the last leap before the edge of the cliff where many of these people allegedly were forced to jump by the Harpe Brothers here at Cave-In Rock. You talk about creepy, creepy energy. This is like ominous.
Where are you?
I'm standing right here. Where are you? That's what I want to know. Were you a victim of one of the Harpe brothers? What about Samuel Mason?
Talk to me.
I am talking
Caution.
to you. Talk to me. Caution. I am talking to you. Will you please talk to me? Tell me your name.
Okay.
Thank you. Tell me your name, please. Can you please tell me your name?
Was someone forced to jump off of this cliff here? There's a man's voice. Could you get closer, please, and speak a little bit more clearly so I can hear you?
Well, Samuel, or one of the Harpe brothers, Big Harp, Little Harp, I'm here. I'm waiting for you to do something to me like you did all these people. So do something. I couldn't imagine being such a coward that you would have to blindfold a man and then blindfold a horse and spook it off the edge of a cliff just to make yourself feel better. That's a disgusting piece of garbage to me.
It just said murder. Dude, the hair is standing up on my neck right now. Who murdered you? Can you say their names?
Don't come in.
Oh, wow. You guys, I was literally walking into the cave and it said that. Why shouldn't I come in? Why shouldn't I come into the cave? Tell me.
Can you tell me the name of the man who operated the gang of river pirates from the cave down below?
Dangerous.
They were very dangerous men, weren't they? Or they liked to make people believe that they were. It's a shame that these innocent people were just trying to live their lives or start their lives over by moving down the river to somewhere new. And they had to run into terrible, awful people like that.
I thought I heard a man's voice come through and say murder. Which is very strange considering the circumstances of what occurred from this cliff 223 years ago. All right, so we have about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes before the park closes. We're gonna be out of here by the time the park closes, just out of respect for the park itself. But we wanna run back down to the cave here really fast and do a sweep through the cave with the SLS camera to see if any unexplained figures pop up. This uses laser sensors, structure light sensors, to actually map human-shaped objects. If something pops up in a stick figure mapping on the screen, it may possibly be an anomaly, so. I just walk into the water. It's dark out here, guys.
It is very dark out here. Let's show them. Let me turn the night shot off real quick.
Okay.
All you can see is the monitor that right on the SLS there. That's it, guys.
All right. Here we go, we're going in. If anything pops up in maps, of course this is recorded, so you will see it on screen along with me. But I will also let you know. Let me change the depth here, the depth treatment. There we go. Who was it that told Dave not to come in here?
What is that?
It sounds like someone injured.
It sounded like somebody singing.
Did it sound?
Like,
Yeah. Hold on. There's no one else in this park, man.
hello? Sweep that out here, man. I don't know what that was.
Okay, there's Dave.
I hope that the audio picked that up. It was like a.
Who was it that told Dave not to come in here?
What is that?
We don't realize it here in this moment, but this experience caused us to go home and do more research on the history of this cave. And it turns out in the mid-19th century, church services were held inside the cave. Could this be the residual energy of those church services, replaying itself in the form of disembodied singing? Take another listen.
Who was it that told Dave not to come in here?
is that? That was one of the creepiest disembodied voices I've ever heard.
Yeah. Yeah. It made both of us stop right in our tracks.
Yeah. Do you want this, actually?
Sure, yeah. I'll carry it.
And as you guys already know, flash to the clip of me busting my butt in here. Oh. It is very wet, slippery, and dangerous in here.
Yes, so if you guys come to visit Cave-in Rock, be very cautious. I can't even tell them that I'll take their picture if they stand in front of me, because if they're from the late 18th century, they're not going to know what a camera is. They're not going to know what a picture is.
No.
That wasn't a thing back then. So I kind of just have to catch them by surprise.
Can you come out here and stand beside me and try and grab onto my hand here? Come on, somebody come out and try and grab my hand here. It's that singing. It's that singing.
That was a woman that's singing that time, it sounded like.
There's nobody up there.
Nobody. We've been outside this cave tonight more than we've been inside.
Yeah.
And this session is the only time we heard that humming, singing sound. And we've not heard anything outside that could be misconstrued as that.
No.
I can't think of an explanation for that. That sent chills up my spine.
Do what?
I said, I'm not having much luck with this SLS. There's only certain places we can walk now because the cave's starting to take on water. So, and I'm getting a lot of water drips in the center of the screen, and water and electronics don't mix too well. So we may have to scrap this SLS walkthrough so that the equipment doesn't get damaged, but...
I think that we were meant to come down here and pick up whatever that singing was.
Yeah, because we weren't going to do this SLS sweep.
No.
We were gonna pack up and do a closing and call it a night. And I said, let's bring this SLS camera down here and just do a sweep just for fun and see what happens. And that's what we hear, that's what we capture.
That's crazy.
So that means we're gonna get out of here, everybody. But before we go, we wanted to say thank you all so much for watching all the way to the end of the video and hitting that like button down below. It helps us more than you know. Also, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. And don't forget, you can still subscribe to our Patreon and become a member of the channel. It helps us immensely and helps us continue to create this content for you. But we'll see you next time, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and leave us a comment down below. And if you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and set notifications to all so you never miss a video. We want to thank the people whose names are scrolling on screen right now for supporting us through Patreon and the YouTube channel membership. If you'd like to see your name here, along with a heap of other perks, follow the links in the description. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.